Elisabeth Shue, beloved for her roles in classic films like The Karate Kid, Adventures in Babysitting, and Back to the Future Part 2, once thrived in the bright spotlight of Hollywood, a regular fixture on red carpets and magazine covers during the height of her fame. Known for her wholesome charm and acting talent, Elisabeth seemed destined to maintain a long and high-profile career. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, her life appeared enviable. She was starring in major projects, attending elite industry events, and happily married to director Davis Guggenheim. However, behind the scenes, her world was quietly shifting. In 2000, a tragic accident left her brother critically injured, and Elisabeth made the difficult decision to step away from Hollywood to care for him, along with her infant son Miles. Her devotion to family over fame marked the beginning of a deeply personal chapter. As the years passed, the roles offered to her became fewer, and she began choosing voice acting gigs and brief on-screen cameos that allowed her to stay creatively engaged while focusing on caregiving. Then, in 2014, heartbreak struck again when her brother passed away. His death profoundly impacted her, leading Elisabeth to embrace a life of privacy, healing, and quiet purpose. No longer chasing headlines or film premieres, she retreated from the industry that once defined her. Today, she resides in a stunning 8,000-square-foot Tudor-style estate nestled in the serene and exclusive Pacific Palisades. Hidden behind high hedges and surrounded by manicured gardens, her home offers a world far removed from the chaos of Hollywood. The house, with its ivy-covered stone walls, antique glass windows, and richly detailed woodwork, reflects a timeless elegance reminiscent of old Hollywood glamour, yet it's filled with warmth and personal touches. Inside, dark hardwood floors guide guests through vaulted ceilings and into rooms lined with bookshelves and family photographs. A library filled with treasured classics and old family pictures captures moments of joy, sorrow, and transformation, a visual biography of a woman who once lived so publicly and now finds peace in the private. In the east wing of the house, Elisabeth lives with her teenage son Miles, who's said to be the quiet strength in her life. Mornings begin slowly and intentionally, often with Elisabeth sipping coffee beside the fireplace, wrapped in a shawl, reflecting or journaling. A few select awards remain on a polished mahogany shelf, a People's Choice Award here, a Golden Globe nomination there, reminders of her past that she honors but no longer revolves her life around. Her home is modestly decorated with personal keepsakes, understated art, and a sense of thoughtful simplicity. Each day, she takes time to walk the grounds, feeding the koi fish in a stone-lined pond and tending to flower beds planted in memory of her brother. By mid-morning, she often shifts her energy toward helping others, mentoring aspiring actors, answering fan letters, and contributing to a scholarship fund for underprivileged youth through a nearby juvenile shelter. Her afternoons are spent writing, sometimes screenplays she hopes to develop, sometimes deeply personal essays reflecting on grief, motherhood, and identity. In the evenings, the home transforms into a tranquil retreat. Elisabeth enjoys cooking simple meals for herself and Miles, playing soft jazz on an old upright piano, or watching vintage films in a cozy wood-paneled cinema room she designed herself. But this estate is more than a beautiful home. It's a place of quiet service. Elisabeth has turned a refurbished guest house into a haven for healing, where she hosts bereavement retreats and therapy workshops for families facing loss, all through a small nonprofit she founded in her brother's memory. Her dedication to this cause runs deep, inspired by the support she wished she'd had in her hardest moments. Though she rarely makes public appearances, when she does, such as her graceful return at the Academy tribute last year, she is met not with flashing cameras but with respectful admiration. At the event, where she received a Lifetime Achievement Award, Elisabeth stood poised and humble, thanking not only fellow actors but the many behind-the-scenes individuals who had guided her growth, both professionally and personally. Observers commented on her serene presence and genuine warmth, a stark contrast to the high-energy glamour of her early days. Her speech touched on the themes that now define her life: resilience, empathy, and the enduring power of love and loss. Elisabeth Shue's story is more than a Hollywood narrative. It's a human one. It teaches us that real success isn't measured in box office numbers or magazine covers, but in the strength to choose love over legacy, healing over headlines, and purpose over popularity. Her transformation from film star to humanitarian and mentor shows us that stepping out of the spotlight can make room for deeper fulfillment and meaningful new paths. Her home isn't just a place to live. It's a living embodiment of who she has become, a woman who has weathered tragedy with grace, who gives generously, and who continues to inspire quietly, away from fame's glare. If you've found inspiration in Elisabeth Shue's powerful journey, we invite you to like this video. Leave a comment sharing your thoughts, and subscribe to Fame Frame for more moving explorations of the lives behind the stars. Remember, true legacy is created not in front of a camera, but in the everyday choices we make with heart, humility, and hope.